so welcome back to the channel, guys. It is me, 84, guys. Today's weekend recap might be an all-timer. It might be an all-timer, guys. The amount of insanity this weekend presented, I mean, it's just insane, guys. La Liga, Premier League, Bundesliga as well. Serie A we'll look at briefly, we'll league on as well, but really those three leagues, La Liga, Premier League, Bundesliga. Oh man, craziness, man. Absolute craziness. So we're gonna go ahead and get started, guys. So please remember to like and subscribe, of course. Now 10 has been 10 is I don't know if 10 will join us for today. So I think I'll maybe once he is available, I'll send them link. Um, but yeah, we'll start, man. We'll start. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. So we're gonna start first. I think there's only one place to start, guys. There's only one place to start. Actually, before we start, let's wait a few minutes for you guys to pop in. Um, there's only one place to start. So let me get the table. Okay. And let me get my timestamp. So all right. Albert just says, big up AD, big up the chat. Thank you for joining, man. Thank you for joining, Albert. So I guess we'll wait a few minutes. All right. Hello.
What's going on, AD? Back to square one this week.
Yeah, lots to discuss, man. Lots to discuss. So I think you know what? Normally I start with the Premier League, but I feel like it's better we change gears up. Let's start with La Liga this time.
No one cares about that mid league. Let's talk about La Liga.
Yeah, La Liga, man. So we're gonna start. We're gonna talk about La Liga, man. Go through the games, and then obviously, and start. So we did have some midweek games. We'll go over that real quickly. But obviously, we're not gonna go into detail, because we're gonna keep this too long. Because I want to keep this around. Obviously, I want to keep this around an hour for you guys. So we'll see if we can do that. So let's start, man. So La Liga. We're gonna start with La Liga first today. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay. So let's go over the La Liga midweek game. So we have Mallorca 1, Real Sociedad 0. Real Sociedad just are terrible. I don't know what's going on with Sociedad at the moment. They're just not clinical enough. And yeah, I mean, are you concerned are you concerned for Sociedad, or you think it's okay?
I genuinely haven't been keeping up with Sociedad, but surprising that they're struggling. But I've seen them have season like this start off very badly, but they'll keep up. They'll get it in form and eventually stay in mid table. But yeah, I feel like they lost a lot of interesting talent, so of course there's gonna be a dip. But give them time, AD. I look at the
Yeah,
guys
no,
who but look, if we're looking at see how I'm looking at the but the teams they lost to are pretty tough teams, so their caliber. Not gonna lie.
I think the issue for Sociedad, they just can't score. They're just not really they're not clinical. That's the issue I have for them.
Yeah, and Kuba is not a goal scorer. He's more of a creator.
Yeah.
Oriol Sabal, these guys, they are they can be inconsistent at times, so it's understandable that Real Sociedad is in this position. Hopefully they get back because a team I really like their football, like their institution. So hopefully, I guess that's all I gotta say. Hello,
Yeah.
AD, you froze up.
Yeah. I'm good. So I mean, Laganas 0, Athletic Club 2. I mean, as expected, Athletic Club got the win on the road. Not too surprising. Yeah. Um,
Wait, how far are
you
we
have anything to
going?
add? No, we're going back to because we have to talk about the midweek, and then we'll get to this weekend.
AD, I'm not hearing you, bro. Your mic is cutting out.
Well, you're not hearing me at all.
Now I can hear you, but you are
Okay,
covering
okay.
your mic.
Okay, okay. Anyway, so as I was saying, Leganes nil, Athletic Club 2. Not too surprising. Are you surprised or not really?
Mm, it's expected, I guess. I think I see.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The Sevilla beat Real Valladolid as expected. Valencia Osasuna 0-0. And not really surprising. Now Real Madrid, they almost dropped points against Deportivo Alaves. They were so comfortably conceded 3-0. And Mbappe looked in form. And then Mbappe got an injury, and obviously missed Madrid derby. And Deportivo Alaves almost did a comeback. And I feel like a lot of that came down to the fact that that guy, Bayo guy, that center back, he's such a bad center back, by the way, came on, and Real Madrid almost collapsed. They almost collapsed, and obviously they weren't defending very well in the last couple of minutes. So I mean, for Real Madrid, as I said, man, it's kind of a shame because I feel like Mbappe was starting to finally get into form with Real Madrid, and then he just got injured. So
Mm.
it's a shame for Mbappe. So yeah, what do you have to say about your rivals, man?
Got nothing to say about them. They basically been surviving by arbitrational favors. So, and this is just not being just salty. It's just what I'm seeing week in week out. Horrible team chemistry. No idea what they're doing. Everyone is just being individuals, doing whatever they want. So for me, again, controversial players. Madrid style. And then Alaves, to be honest, they struggled a bit, but the two quick goals they got just shows Real Madrid frailties.
Yeah,
They could have gone a third, but yeah, they got the win. And then Girona again, like Girona got and the same thing we expected. Girona having a successful season for their standards, and then Manchester City and other institutions will come in and take away their.
players. Yeah. So yeah, and then Girona tied against Rayo Vallecano. Disappointing result, of course, for Girona since they're the home team. Then Barcelona, we beat Getafe 1-0. We probably should have scored more goals. It's kind of a shame that the only goal we scored was off a mistake. Um, but yeah, Rafinha should have scored. Yamal had a worldie, and but I mean, the score 1-0 is a bit flattering to Getafe because I think we were a lot better than Getafe. We just couldn't finish. So, but it is what it is. Espanyol won, Villarreal 2. Villarreal got the win on the road, which is to be expected. Then Las Palmas won, Real Betis won. A decent result, I suppose, for Las Palmas. Not a great result for Real Betis. And then Celta Vigo nil, Atletico Madrid 1. Atletico Madrid, man, scored a last minute winner against Celta Vigo on the road. So shout out to Atletico for that. Now we're going to go ahead and talk about this weekend's matches. So I just wanted to touch upon the midweek games since we had to, we obviously didn't do a stream midweek with the Europa League games. So yeah. So yeah. Next up is Real Valladolid 1, Mallorca 2. Mallorca got a win on the road is actually really impressive. Real Valladolid is not a good team, guys. Real Valladolid is not a great team whatsoever. And so, yeah, the Getafe 2, Deportivo Alaves nil. As expected, Getafe got the win at home. You would expect that. Rayo Vallecano 1, Leganes 1. Very disappointing result, I would say, for Rayo. They probably should have won. Real Sociedad finally won a game, 3-0. Huge win for them. They're also soon up for Barca too, man. Oh man. So now we're talking about
Sorry, I literally a short blackout for a few seconds just happened, and I went completely off the grid. I'm back. It might happen again, so I'm not sure. But where we at?
okay, okay, okay. So okay. I quickly went through the other matches while you were going. So now we're talking about also soon up for Barca too. So I want to ask you this question: are you worried about this loss, or do you think that this
Nope,
loss had to come and
not
that
worried at
we couldn't
all.
maintain
Not
the streak
worried
for a
at
long
all.
time? It was that kind of thing.
I'm not worried, 80 whatsoever. I'm
Yeah,
actually
I
pretty
think people are a
calm.
bit reactionary. I think
I mean, 80. We went
yeah, I think
seven
I think
games,
people are a bit.
seven. We went 7 wins. We were accumulating way too much matches. Our players were absolutely exhausted. We did a complete rotation because we knew that Real Madrid was gonna face Atletico, and either two things were gonna happen. statistically speaking, either they lose the game or draw the game. So it was a game. It was a we lost the game. We don't want to lose games, but I feel like if we don't rest our best players, and if we lose any one of them, we'll be in serious trouble to compete. So for me, him resting Yamal, Rafinha, all the guys, and giving minutes to the youngsters, I have no issue with it. And we have to do it. This is a gamble that we're gonna take, and I respect that Flick is doing
Yeah.
it. He's already doing miracles with the limited option he has to work with. And when the players come back to full fitness, like Frankie, Araujo, Christensen, who else? Who else? Some Gavi, Fermin Lopez. Like, bro, we're gonna be good. So it's all about patience, waiting till your best players recover. The only thing downfall is the two ACL injuries from the players like Bernal and Shigen. But overall, we
Oh,
should be able to replace
yeah.
our better goalkeeper in Chesney. But overall, this game also Sula deserved the win 100%. Again, we're going against our C team. So good win on them. They exploited our weaknesses. That's the thing with Hansi Flick. High risk, high reward. We played a high line. We try to generate as much offensive
Yeah.
opportunities as possible, and it's risky and it's but it is a football that I respect, a football that I want to do. I don't want to be like Real Madrid today, parking the bus at the Wanda Metropolitano just to drop points today. So that for me is comical when people try to hold on to a 1-0 lead. You gotta be a little bit brave and go for the game, go for the winner. So for me, Highline, I don't mind Highline. We concede, but we keep fighting, we keep attacking. That's what I like. So overall, good on Osasuna, well deserved win for them. And we move on. Nothing to criticize the manager too much. The only criticism I could give Hansi Flick is that he kept Ferran Torres the full 90 minutes. Um,
Yeah.
Look at his score of Ferran Torres. I don't understand what this website was watching. Um,
Yeah. It's
Unreliable
probably because
total score.
it's probably because of assist. That's probably because of assist tax. That's probably
What
what it is.
assist?
Well, I think it was for the Pau Victor goal.
There was a assist to Pau. That was a goalkeeper giveaway.
Oh, sorry. No, that was actually for the Yamal goal, actually. But
Man, you never
anyway,
give the ball. Well, that was all your miles, to be honest. Let's see
yeah,
what assist does for you.
this is the part with
Kunde,
the assist. Is, oh, sorry.
poor game for Jules Kunde.
Yeah, Kunde had a bad game.
I don't know what he was thinking today, but he's been surrounded by Gerard Martin, who is and Sergio Dominguez. These guys are not it, but they're too young. They're too inexperienced. They don't have it in them yet. Maybe he can improve, but right now we can't afford that. But yeah, we can skip past this now.
Yeah, 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 definitely. I'll just give my quick thoughts. I'll just give my quick thoughts. Like I said, it was because people need to realize that La Liga is 38 games. You can't. La Liga isn't over by 40. It's 7 games, right? The entire season is taken about. So I just think it's very important that we have to rotate the squad. Personally, for me, I don't think this was the game to rotate because Osasuna is a really good team at home. They're a really tough team at home. I was thinking that maybe we could have rotated against Young Boys in the Champions League, but to be fair, we're kind of we can't take Young Boys lightly because obviously we already lost the game against Monaco. So it's a bit of a tricky one. So maybe Getafe was the game to rotate, but regardless, you know, we need to drop this L. And I think it's important that we bounce back from this because the thing is, it's not about the L; it's how you respond after the L. Like if we respond very well, then this L doesn't really mean much for us. And and let's be real, it's hard to go unbeaten. It's very difficult to go unbeaten in a league season. Like
Mhm.
there's a reason why few teams have done the past. Not even Real Madrid and Barca, because guys, no team in La Liga ever history has ever gone unbeaten. So. Like it's going to be very difficult, and we saw how difficult it was for Leverkusen. Guys, did you guys see the amount of late goals Leverkusen had to do for that unbeaten streak? It took a lot out of them. So, and I don't think our squad is as good as Leverkusen is. So, I feel like we're going to struggle. And I think that's also another thing that worries me big is that the injuries we have to our players, the amount of injuries we're having. Like, look at the amount of injuries players we have. Like, we're only just starting the season. Look how many injured players we have. We have 8 players injured. It's really bad. So yeah, I'm just concerned, Matt. And one last question I have for you before we get to comments is, before we get to the other games, is Yamal carrying this Barca team? Because I honestly feel like he
Bro,
is.
he's not, bro. We're playing fantastic as a group. I don't know where this carrying is. Like he's our best player, but he's not
Yeah, that's true.
carrying anyone. He's our best. He's our best winger and most talented player. But carrying means that the other players are useless and not doing their part. That's what carrying is. And for me, the only player in football history that has ever carried anything was Messi. That's the only player that has ever carried anything. So for me, Yamal is on carrying. He's our outstanding star boy, but that's it. There's no carrying in this team. This team is good enough. Like, just need to understand that the back line was extremely fragile. With the two fullbacks, the center back and the fullback. And then you
Okay.
have Iñaki Peña, who doesn't really breed confidence playing from the back. So
Oh yeah, and Yankee is awful.
so it's a defensive issue. We leaked way too many chances with these youngsters. And Pau Kubarsi he's absolutely amazing center back, one of our most intelligent center back in a while. I'd say he's generational, but Pau Kubarsi has limitations. He's still learning the game. So for me, the fact that Flick allowed him to try to lead a bunch of youngsters was a bit too extreme because Kubarsi in himself is still developing, and he doesn't have the capability of giving instructions. Pablo Torre is a player I really like. I saw people criticizing him, but I feel like here is an interesting talent that we can use, and I feel like he can actually become very effective. Ferran Torres needs to leave Barca, and he needs to find another club. Lewandowski is impossible for Lewandowski to have an impact when you have Ferran Torres. Paul Victor on the left, quality player. He got the goal. For me, I don't know why people
Yeah.
criticize him, but he's actually quality. That's it. Like, and Yamal, he's on carrying. He's essential, but carrying he's not.
All right. Fair enough, I suppose. But yeah, let's. So yeah,
What,
that
what, what?
let's pretty much move on. Let's pretty much move on. Okay, Celta Vigo, Girona 1-1. Good result for Celta at home, I suppose, and Girona. Not really a great result for them. And yeah, Celta still haven't won a game. It's crazy. Athletic Club won. Sevilla won. Athletic Club got the early goal there, and then they got a red card, and the Sevilla at the last minute equalized. This is going to hurt at Athletic Club and their chances to get the Champions League. Because for me, I think they should get top four, but I mean, given how unpredictable La Liga is, I guess we'll see. And they're currently fourth right now, but just about. The Real Betis won 1-0 against Espanyol with a light winner coming from Lo Celso. Dude, Lo Celso is amazing, man. Lo Celso is
Never
amazing.
leave that club, though, Celso. You find your home. Stay
Yeah, yeah. This
there.
isn't.
Don't
Yeah,
come to Barca. Stay right there. Vito Woke actually came on and have a good game. Um,
yeah. Victor Roque.
Vito Roque, bro, they're still relying on him. The fans, they love him, but he needs to improve in a lot of aspects. I feel like he goes down way too easy. I was watching this game today. I watched the second half because Vito Roque wasn't playing in the first. Abde is
Okay.
the most awful winger I've ever met. And look at his
Wow.
silver score. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, nah, I exaggerated. Ferran Torres is the worst winger I ever met. Abde is the second worst. That
Yeah, Abde's still better than Ferran though.
Abde is not a bad player. He's actually an okay player, but I'm just trolling. Let's see.
Dang. Wow.
Let me
These
see.
days.
Let me see lineup 80. Let me see lineup so I can remember who else stood out for me. And Los also actually was having a bad game to be honest after he got the winner. Um, I felt like the what's his guy name? Roca was having a quality game,
Yeah.
and bro, like bro, like Hector Bellerin and these guys are killing Real Betis, bro, in the fullback offensive aspects. Like they give them ball into space and they keep losing it in silly areas. But overall, these guys created so many chances, like every minute, but they just couldn't put the ball behind the net, and that's because they have Abde in the lineup,
Yeah. And
and the fullbacks are what they're trying to score, and these guys are not high volume goal scorers or creators.
yeah.
So Lo Celso is being there. most clinical player, which is crazy, and it shows a little bad life for Vitor Roque because he needs to score. He needs to be the number nine that gets the goals for Betis, and we have to give the kid time. But eventually, if he don't step up, they're gonna reduce his minutes more and more.
Yeah, that's also true as well. As pretty much Espanol player, he pretty much played for a draw. They were pretty much parking the bus and trying to get a point, and the goalkeeper was amazing. So yeah, Los Elsa, man, interesting. Now we get to the game that we're all here for, the Madrid derby. I gotta say, man, this was a very interesting Madrid derby because, dude, the Madrid derby always lives up. Like it always lives up to expectations. It's always very interesting. I really enjoy the Madrid derbies last season in particular. Like you get there's an argument that can be made that this fixture is more entertaining than El Clasico. People are
That what?
making
Wait,
this argument.
what? That El Clasico? You saying?
No, I'm not saying I believe that, but there's an argument that can be made
There's no argument,
dramatically.
bro. There's no argument. There's no argument.
Okay, okay. Well, anyways, okay. Let's say this is the second best. Let's say this is the second best rivalry.
Nah, the second best game in La Liga is not even the Madrid derby. It's actually the Sevilla derby. So that's the
Oh
second
yeah, yeah.
best. That's the second
Okay, how
best
about
game
third?
in the
Okay, how
Liga.
about third?
I give it
All right,
third.
third.
And then
Okay.
the fourth will be Barca Espanyol and Girona and Barca. That would be it. But
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, let's back into this
I
game.
I want to start 80 with this game because my days, bro. They
Wow.
tried so hard to make Madrid win today, bro. Not Madrid trying to win. The referees they try really, really hard to give Madrid the win, but unfortunately, no amount of bribing will bail them out of this embarrassment. Sure, we lost Osasuna 4-2 with our C team, and people came after us being like, ah ha ha, overhyped La Masia kids, overhyped club, overhyped team, overhyped manager. Look at them getting destroyed. All right, our C team, we were forced to do this rotation because of the accumulation of matches. These clowns in Madrid had an extra day of rest, was Atletico were barely given any time of rest into this game. And what Atletico Madrid did? They didn't complain, they didn't whine or anything. They accepted the limitations that intentionally are being applied to them so Madrid can have the advantage to win this game today. And what happened? The game was 50-50 the entire game. Equal, both sides canceling each other out. And the goal comes from a non-existent foul to Vinicius, where I was literally Madrid fans in a space were telling me that I'm pushing an agenda and that Vinny was actually foul. Guys, go look at my Twitter retweet. Go look at that foul. Vinny dived. They didn't even touch him, and then it came after that. A goal came to it through that foul. So I was like, you know what? Classic Real Madrid, classic Spanish refereeing incompetence, and then we go to where for me, I started laughing because I say, Madrid 1-0. I still had a little bit of confidence because Atletico kept all their attacking players. They kept switching each player that wasn't performing, like Julian Alvarez, Sorloff, or these other guys that were in there. They started to bring in the real ballers like Correa, Lino, and what's his other guy's name? um Riquelme. They brought these guys on, and then Atletico started attacking and getting into space. And I say, eventually the goal is gonna come because this Madrid team is not it. And excuse my arrogance and ego flaring out, but it has to be said. When that ball went into space and Correa got that goal, the referee was so quick to give the offside and also give Correa a yellow card. For who knows what reason he was giving Correa a yellow card. And when the
No comments
VAR
from me.
when we saw the replay, I said, I dare these brothers take this goal away. I dare these guys try to BS their way into saying this is not an onside goal. So you know, VAR checked it. Impossible to rule it out because then that would be clear match fixing. So for me, they gave the goal, and I was like, justice is served. In the game of football, in 2024, there is still justice, there is still fairness in game. So for me, shout out to Los Colchoneros. I know it's difficult to compete against these type of teams that have political power in every inch and aspect of the Spanish Empire, the Spanish country. You know, it's very difficult to compete against this corruption. But you guys got the draw. I would have preferred you guys got on the win, but they drop points. Atletico drop points, and
It's
we're
a
still
win-win.
in top. We're still on top of all of these guys. Um,
Draw is probably the best result, honestly.
and as of right now, Cholo Simeone is still a legend. Um, Vinicius, I saw Vinicius literally like started putting his head down, scratching his head in absolute shock that Atletico drew the game. Vinicius, my brother, humble yourself, focus, realize that you're in a privileged position, bro. Like, why are you trying to be something you're not? You're not capable of being the bad guy. Because as soon as the world goes against you, you start crying. So for me, Vinny, humble yourself, bro. Focus on what's important. Don't pay attention to the racist fans. Because, bro, like, if
Athletic fans are the same.
you're not the first guy that has suffered through this, bro. But you're the one who's making it into in you're not what you're adding onto the pitch is not helping anyone. In fact, you're making it worse for other people of color, bro. Like, so for me, Vinicius, you need to relax, bro. Play your football. Don't fall into these guys level, to the ultra fans level, because those guys aren't even human. So today I laughed because, bro, like, how are you satisfied with it? Like, bro, Eto, Dino, freaking a lot of players had to deal with this, and they handle it in their own way, and now they're highly respected by every institution in Spain. So for me, Vini just have to find his way, man, because if he continue this path, he's not gonna go anywhere productive. And Luka Modric, he still stood for the full game. I don't know what Carlo Ancelotti was thinking. Like, he wasn't having a brilliant game. Joe Manny was actually outstanding. Actually
Yeah, Germany
surprised
was
that
good.
I surprised how much he led the midfield. Carvajal always is a quality player. Valverde is
Carval was good.
quality.
Courtois was good.
Vinicius was having a good game, but again, his ego and his flare outs are what is causing him to not fully help Real Madrid. um, Courtois, I don't know. Courtois was all right. Militao, fantastic. I'm happy that Militao is playing at a high level because it's not easy coming back from an ACL injury.
Yeah.
Um, did I miss anyone or back to Atletico? Julian Alvarez started the first 10 minutes. Julian Alvarez looked like an absolute beast. I
Yeah,
didn't even
Alvarez
know if
was
that
good.
was the real player. And then Gallagher, Galadog, interception wise, ball recovery, this guy is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, dude. Gallagher is like the athletic type player. He's like the perfect player for
Ball
athletic.
recovery is exactly but on the ball he's awful. I'm gonna admit it. On the ball he's
Yeah.
awful. Passing
Well,
he's awful.
that's obvious. That's
But
obvious.
ball 80 ball recovery, this guy is quality. So
His tackling, his intercept. He's basically a very good workhorse player. He's a
a
workhorse
very
player.
good
And
workhorse.
yeah,
Griezmann, I saw some glimpses of pieces of skill from Griezmann, and it makes me
yeah.
angry that we never saw that when we had him. So for me, Griezmann, quality.
Depal was good.
Um, Samuel Lino, my boy, I really rate this guy. He's actually good. I would sign him in a heartbeat for that left hand side for us.
Yeah,
But Atletico will never let him go because he's too good.
yeah. I think
Rodrigo de Paul, I feel like he had a bad game. Horrible first touch. All Black. You saw what All Black did to Vinicius when he dribbled past him. Did anyone saw that?
wow.
Absolute brilliance from the
Yeah, Oblak was good.
what country is he from? Slovakia?
Slovenia,
Slovenia.
Slovenia.
Okay. A Slovenian goalkeeper absolutely double touching Vini like that. Um,
Yeah.
the defense was quality as always, but
Yeah.
again,
I think the only
if football was fair, Atletico would win 1-0. But because Madrid goal came from a non-existent foul, that's was where I say it's unfair. But Shout out to those colchoneros for doing us a favor and letting these guys keep dropping points. We drop points, they drop points. So um, we're selling it.
Yeah. I guess I'll get my quick thoughts. I thought for me, Real were it was a even game. I'll say I think Real were slightly better. I feel like Atletico Madrid weren't really that good until they were good. Obviously, the first 10 minutes, I would say. But once Real got the goal, like Real just went defensive. Like I don't know why Real Madrid went so defensive, and I feel like Atletico Madrid really showed up after the goal. After Militao scored, that's when Atletico Madrid really showed up. Because up until then, I didn't think they were that great. Sorloth was not that great. I thought he was very underwhelming. Lorente, of course, and we have to talk. So for me, like Real probably should have won this game, in my opinion. I think the game should have ended 1-0 or maybe 0-0. But yeah, I mean, Atletico Madrid, they pretty much went all, and the substitutions pretty much saved them. The substitutions. At Real Madrid, I don't know what Carlo Ancelotti did. I don't know why he made the sub so late. Vasquez, Endrick. Endrick, to be fair, almost scored a great goal. Francisco de Garcia. And yeah, I feel like the Real probably should have won. Like, but it is what it is. And Atletico Madrid. And we got to talk about the fans. We have to talk about the fans, man. Atletico Madrid fans, the ultras, man. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Embarrassing. Like, it was just shameful from
Oh
me.
yeah, yeah. We all know that ultra fans are awful and disgusting, scum of the earth type of
Yeah.
people. They
Yeah.
think that they make football their idol, their god. They make their team their entire existence, and that's what makes me sick. Anyone that prioritize football over their humanity are not human beings. In fact, they're spawn of the devil. So for me, the ultra fans that behave like this, that get emotionally unstable because of certain events on the pitch and start trying to hurt people, these guys should not be allowed to watch football or take part in any social event because these guys are a harm to people, harm to everyone. So
Yeah.
thank goodness that Real Madrid and Barca got rid of their ultra fans because these guys were not beneficial at all. Like,
Yeah.
but
Atleti needs to do that.
Atletico, if you're serious, want to be a serious institution, and I know you don't have as big of a following
Barca
as
Real.
Barca, Real Madrid, so your attendance might go cut in half. But bro, it's about time you start getting rid of some of these guys because they're not painting those colchoneros in a good light because it's like Atletico, like their actual fan base, like they're actually very humble, but their ultra fans are where for every team, every club has horrible ultra fans, and and for me, if you keep them on the stadium, like all the ugliness are gonna spew out as you saw today. So um,
Yeah. Yeah. It's just a
don't throw
shameful.
things at the players. Don't insult them. Try to do
Yeah.
better. And for
Yeah. Apparently.
the players, it's okay to protest, but don't do it the way Vinicius is doing, because you
Yeah.
just make it worse. Eventually, there's gonna be a psychopath that's gonna get tired of the antics. Are gonna physically hurt these players. So for me, it's like with crazy people, you don't want to poke the bear, you know. So
Yeah. Yeah.
you gotta think strategically how you behave. For the ultra fans, you guys can go into the fire pits of hell for all I care.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was just a shameful front. And it's crazy, man. Vic. Even Jose Maria Jimenez, a center back, was trying to calm the Atleti ultras, like, and they still put water on him. It was crazy. I was like, wow, these Atleti fans ultras are crazy. These crazy, man. That's crazy. So yeah, it's just shameful to see the ultras, man. They had to ruin the game because basically that's the reason why the game was delayed, guys. We had like a 15-minute delay because of ultras, you know. And yeah, and then obviously Lorente, man, I don't know what he made that tackle for. It was such a stupid tackle at the right last minutes, which was such an unnecessary tackle, and got himself sent off. And yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, it was just really
because
dangerous.
the red card was so stupid, and I feel like Atletico was about to try to make a comeback, but it happens.
Yeah, and the referee was. I don't know why the referee didn't add some additional time at the end. That was also very weird. There's 8 minutes, and then the goal obviously came, and then yeah, it was just a very controversial draw. I think that's probably the best way to
Shout
put
out to the referee, man. Look, add up, but that when I came after Real Madrid and the referee, I'm not trying to. Wait, what's the phrase I'm looking for? I'm just not trying to
fault.
hate. I'm just making an observation. I'm making an observation, AD, of what I'm seeing throughout the league. And for some weird reason, the rules change for a certain team, and then when we play, then the rules go back to default for us. So
Yeah,
um,
yeah. The red card was
it's
fair. That was a
crazy.
fair red card. The red card was fair.
Either we get a revamp in referee training, or we have AI referees somehow. Put some robots on the pitch. Let these guys decide.
Vic, I think with the way technology is rolling, I think we're gonna get to a ref
We
where we're
could,
gonna
and
have AI.
that would be so good, bro.
Yeah, that's the topic for another time. That's the topic for another time. But yeah. Then we have Villarreal and Las Palmas. We'll obviously discuss that next weekend. Maybe Villarreal probably should play, but who knows? Las Palmas have been good defensively, so that could be a close game. But yeah, let's go look at your guys' comments. And yeah, this Madrid derby was very interesting,
Pookie
to
is
say
gonna
the
have a
least.
field day right now.
Yeah, let's look at your guys' comments. Obviously, I did see you guys comment about Manchester United. We'll talk about that in our next segment because there's a lot to say about that. The club in red, the Red Devils.
Glory, glory, man United. Big
Okay,
up
big up AD,
Eddie.
big up Chad. I'm of course I like the stream. Yeah, guys, let's like the stream, guys. Get in the habit of liking the streams, guys, because
Albert
I want to get
Cardenas. How you doing, my
yeah, okay.
brother?
Yeah, let's try to get up to 20 likes, guys, because at the end of the year, guys, if we get 2K subscribers, I'll be doing a giveaway. I'll be doing a giveaway on the channel if we get 2K subscribers by the end of the year. So that's only if we get 2K. Kuba needs to leave Sociedad. Do you agree with this, Vic, as a fellow La Liga fan? Do you think he needs to
What's
leave
up?
Sociedad? Do you think Takefusa Kuba needs to leave Sociedad?
Where though? That's the question.
That's the question. Is he good enough for a Barca and Real?
That's where I'm confused with the matter because like, oh damn, oh my days, I'm gonna watch something after this. Something I've been
Okay,
waiting for years, 5 years. Anyways,
okay.
um, Kubo. We'll see what happened to Kubo, but I rate the guy, but I don't think he's caliber for the Barca Real Madrid. I'll send him to like Tottenham or that type of team.
Yeah, like a Dortmund, Tottenham. I'm trying to think about the other ones. Maybe like
Leverkusen.
yeah, Leverkusen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Wow. Let the healing process start thing is man, this sucks. For area. No, I meant to use
Wait,
Barca
go back.
tablet.
What did Pookie say? Go back, go back, go back.
Not crying. I meant to use that
Yeah, I
emoji.
mean, to use.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean they're your bogey team, man. They're
I
your
was
bogey team.
bloody Atletico. Pookie, I
Yeah.
love you, bro. You're my brother, but you gotta hold that draw.
Oh man. Was Correa part of the World Cup winning squad? Ooh. I don't think. Actually, let me double check. I'm not sure. I actually want to check. This is actually an interesting question. Albert asked.
Wait,
Was he part of the World Cup winning squad?
what year?
Oh yes, he was. He was part of the World Cup winning squad.
Wait,
Yes,
what
2021.
nationality is he?
Argentina.
What? They know he's Argentine. Right, that's surprising. I thought he was Spanish.
Yeah, he's not Spanish. He's Argentine.
I never saw him play. That's crazy.
Yeah, he was just a squad player, man. Should Barca start Yamal every match now, risk and turning to Malcolm Bat or Roque? We can't start him every
That
match.
ain't happening, bro. Because Yamal is the real deal.
Yeah. So yeah. Let's see.
Next.
As a Barca Liverpool fan, I think the Barca game was very disappointing, ruined my night when I saw the score. We'll talk about the Liverpool one when we get there. But yeah,
Barca and Liverpool at the same time. It's crazy.
yeah. Atletico parked the bus low. Yeah,
Oh
I think
hell
we're
no, Pookie! The way you just said Atletico park the bus when you guys took out all your attackers were Vasquez and what's the other fullback? Um, Eric Garcia. No, what's his name? Something, bro.
Hendrick,
Pookie,
Francisco Garcia,
you're
Ryan
deluded,
Garcia.
Pookie. Pookie, you're deluded. I'm sorry, bro.
No, I think it meant like from the first half. I think it was mean from the first half, but
There were
I
no
don't think we were
parking
at.
the bus, bro. The only thing that
No,
parked
no.
the bus was Madrid.
Yeah, I think I wanted to see more from Atleti though. I wanted to see more from Atleti. I feel like they were kind of a little conservative, but I feel like they really went attack minded once they went 1-0 down. That's my criticism.
Next, let's see the other comments.
Yeah. Let's move to the next one. You stay want to take shots at Madrid when you talk about Barca. Show us how much you love us.
Wait, what? Take shots at Madrid when you're talking about Barca. Shit. Yeah, I love you guys, Pookie. Love all the Madridistas. Your suffering makes me happy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you have to
Nah,
say
I
anything for
took
me
it
to
too
laugh.
far. I'm playing. I'm playing.
I love Unai Albert. I will not laugh at Unai Albert. I will Boogie for the both of us. I like him. Hi people. Hi Matt. Generation low. Hello Matt. Kieran actually means winning at Euros or 17, scoring goals and making assists for Barcelona again that wins. Hmm. Someone to make carry Spain low. No, Yamal didn't carry Spain. Yamal is one of the most spectacular players for La Masia has produced recently. I love him for a reason. I'll say Yamal is more talented than Messi. Okay, this is a bit bridge too far. I don't agree with this, Albert, and I'm pretty sure Vic doesn't agree
Like,
either.
relax, Albert. Messi is Messi.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I know many who would disagree, but also many who would agree. I don't think Barca so Desta are doing well. I'm
I
sorry,
think
both of
that
them.
Bart will never hit a lottery jackpot as Messi ever again.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm sorry. Desta and Julian Araujo aren't good enough for this club. Rafinha is also very good. Definitely not a one man team.
That's what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
Rafinha
But
is good.
Muscle ball, muscle ball.
All right, some sales are just bad ideas that end up happening. Rafinha is amazing. His name is debatable. Certain games, I mean, the ref was good. Um, the ref was
Okay,
mid.
yeah. The ref was good for your team, but not for the other team. Okay.
I feel like okay. I feel like this referee wasn't that great because, like I said, he didn't add the minutes of stoppage time at the end. You
Ref
know,
was ref had a 10 out of 10 for Madrid's favor. 10 out of 10.
yeah. Stop it. I'm not gonna lie. Real Madrid Botley made me giggle. I respect that attempt. You're cool. They're talking about the game. Stop. I'm crying.
How am I crying? I'm talking about the game. I saw match fixing. That's what I saw.
Yeah, let's move. Correa was a key player to get the draw. I can't wait till El Clasico. Yeah, the El Clasico is gonna be insane. It's gonna keep going down.
Pookie is so excited to beat me up. Pookie, I'm waiting too, bro.
Yeah.
We're not Los Colchoneros. We're not gonna once we sniff blood, we're coming for everything. So relax.
In my opinion, both Madrids played well, from what I heard, but I didn't get to watch much of the stuff like that. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Sorry for the bad word. Anyways, gotta go. All right, I'm taking off, man. How was that? Let it go. It doesn't matter who went through it. It is wrong. Oh yeah, it is wrong. Like what the racism for Vinicius is really wrong. I don't agree with it whatsoever. But yeah,
Yeah, I
Colombia
think we
for this
all
club.
agree.
I don't rate Alvarez. What do you mean you don't rate Alvarez? Oh my jeez.
World Cup winner, bro. Respect.
Yeah. Real Madrid's goal was clever. The way they moved Atletico to the side gave space to Militao to have that shot. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was a well run.
it was a clever goal, but at the expense of a non-existent foul. That's my argument.
Yeah, the foul was a bit debatable. It's like that Griezmann foul in the World Cup final. That to me, I still don't really think that was a foul for the ultimate
And
performance.
brother literally
But it's,
dived like he got shot in the head of his leg.
he didn't make any subs until 85th minute. Yeah, that's also bad.
What did
Are you
Pookie
kidding
say?
me?
Are
We
you
should have won
kidding
though.
me? Should
We should have won though.
nah.
Unbelievable. If football's fair.
Should
Andrew
be
should have stood.
relegated for the amount of match fixing, Pookie.
Okay. That might be a bridge too far, but okay. Anyways, Andrew should have stood. But one thing scored.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a good goal. That was a good attempt to be fair. It was just unlucky. It was just
Nah, that was an excellent opportunity for Hendrick. So for me,
yeah, no,
nah.
that
There's
was
not. Oh, Hendrick is just a baller. I can't criticize the poor kid.
yeah.
He's
Andrew's
got
good, man.
the
Andrew's good.
quality.
I
And
would love to,
I'll
dude.
be a
Andrew could be amazing.
hypocrite if I try to downgrade his talent because bro, I genuinely wanted Hendrick ahead of Vitor Roque.
Yeah, I think Andrew's more talented.
Next, who
All
else
right.
is gonna give me meltdowns?
Football is never fair. That's why I always choose OT after the finals. Okay, that's shameless, but okay. Clever Sapuki debate one day. Yes, we need to have that debate. We need to have that debate. We need to have it. We need to have it.
I don't want to cook
Have it.
Pookie, man. Pookie's my brother. I can't go against my little brother.
All right. Well, those ultras also go to the youth games and cause the same problems. Dude, ultras in general, it doesn't matter which ultras they are. All ultras are terrible. Like, let's be real. So, yeah.
Brothers
Really nice
are football is your life. That's what's sad about it.
Is Vinny the most hated? I mean, currently you could maybe say.
Yeah, he is the most hated player I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen a player with that much hate, and that's not because of his football. It's not because about jealousy or because he plays for Madrid, is literally because of his attitude. That any person with normal common decency will watch Vinicius and be like, you know what? Vini isn't behaving the right way. Vini isn't acting professional. And for me, I see it, bro. And you will see me here. I will like say as many times as they want. Vini has issues that he needs to address. And for me, if he keeps going this way, not even Real Madrid fans will tolerate him because it's it's about being a professional footballer, having the right attitude when you're on the pitch, and it's good to have winning mentality, talk and to trash talk once in a while. But if that is the center of your game plan every week, every week in week out, riling up the your opponent, you're giving your opponent extra motivation to beat you. And for me, you're not helping. You're actually causing more issues for your opponent for your team.
Yeah. Oh, the red card's correct. With Lima, I don't know. I didn't delete your comment though. Leverkusen, I didn't. I mean, I did predict a draw. That was almost the end of the game. Too late. Cheers, too late. DePaul lost his shoulder to Vinny. I don't believe in corruption in football. Bad job. I should have passed to Bellingham. It's not only because of his attitude. All Ultras. What did Crystal Palace Ultras do, for example? Well, Matt, I mean like most Ultras. Okay, I don't mean obviously all. You
But
know, once again,
ultras are ultras. That's why they name ultras.
yeah, most Ultras are bad. Okay, most Ultras. I'm gonna say I don't
All
mean every
ultras.
single
Like
one.
there is a one goal ultra team, like ultra fan base. There's not one. All of
Yeah,
them are
Man
evil.
United. Yeah, this is actually a good segue. This is actually a good segue to everyone's the Red Devils club. So let's talk about EPL, man. EPL, man. Everyone's favorite league in the world.
Not mine.
So, well, let's say most people's favorite league. Wait,
Most
why is this not
people
working?
who don't know ball, shout out to Bundesliga, the best league of all time because wow. Que pau, mami, hablo. Oh, sorry.
All right. So Premier League time, man. Premier League time. So we're gonna let me get my timestamp. So let's talk about the Premier League, guys. Now, obviously, the first game we got here was Newcastle won and Manchester City won. I mean, this was an interesting game. Obviously, Newcastle got the result. Um, they won. I feel like it was a game of two halves where I thought Manchester City were good the first half, and they probably should have won this game. But it is what it is. And Newcastle came back. It was a decent game, and then obviously a stupid penalty there. You can see by Ederson. Gordon scores, and yeah, that's how the game. Actually, no, penalty wasn't given. Who gave away the penalty? Actually, I kind of forgot. Let's see. So yeah, this was like an oil derby. So who gave away the penalty in this game? Diaz or is it Walker? Why isn't it saying here who gave away the penalty? Actually, let me just read the facts here then. So because I didn't watch this game, guys, because this was early kickoff games. I didn't watch. The visitors, okay. Magpies. Oh, Ederson took Gordon down the box. Okay, so yeah, Ederson gave away the penalty there. So all right, see you, Pookie. So yeah, I mean, for this game, man, it was interesting, man. It's interesting. So let me see a ten. Let me see a 10 is available now. Okay, I send the link to 10. Let's see if he joins. Okay, okay. All right. So I mean, for this game, man, as I said, man, it was a very interesting game. Obviously, Manchester City don't have Rodri out for the season. He's pretty much out for the season, and KDB is out for several times. KDB's out for a few days. And my thing for City is that if they still win the league without Rodri, that would be an embarrassment. I'm sorry. If City wins the league without Rodri, who's probably one of the best players, and people will probably say the best player. Obviously, people say Holland is the best player, but I actually think Rodri is more important than Holland. If City win the league without Rodri, that would be a disgrace. Because I believe City, the points that they dropped last season, I believe those games were without Rodri. So if City wins the league without Rodri, that will be really, really embarrassing to Arsenal. Because Arsenal pretty much have to stop the City thing. And yeah, I mean, for Manchester City, man, they missed a lot of chances. And obviously, KDB wasn't there. Maybe that might have been a problem for them. And I think we could see that with Manchester City, they're still looking very shaky defensively. I think the City are still not as good defensively as we made them out to be. And I feel like offensively, they really need KDB. They need KDB, man. I think KDB is really important to this team. Vardio scored a great goal there. And then Gordon got the penalty there. And it's a good point for Newcastle at home, man, because after they lost against Fulham last weekend. They needed to get something here, and they managed to do. And a lot of people thought Man City would win, even without Rodri and KDB. So it's a good result for um, Newcastle, I'd say. Moving on, next is Arsenal 4, Leicester City 2. Arsenal obliterated Leicester City. It wasn't a contest. Although, to be fair, Leicester City did almost make a comeback. James Justin scored 2 goals, and Arsenal got 2 late goals ahead. Wilfred Ndidi and Kai Havertz got the goals. And yeah, Arsenal were amazing this game. Fantastic. They should have, look at how good they were, guys. 36 shots, 16 on target, 9 big chances, and 6 big chances missed. I mean, Arsenal should have won this game like 6 or like 10-0, honestly. Like Leicester City did not much at all in the game, and Leicester City barely. And I mean, Leicester City were just clinical in the day. So it is what it is, and yep, that's just how it is. Brentford won, West Ham won. A good result, I suppose, for West Ham. Brentford got the early goal, and Mbeumo and Suchek equalized, and yeah, there's to say. And then Chelsea, man, Cole Palmer, man, Cole Palmer, man, Cole Palmer, man. Cole Palmer is crazy, man. 4 goals for Cole Palmer, man. So Cole Palmer scored 4 goals. That's actually insane. And yeah, I mean, it's the first time ever in history in an EPL match that someone scored 4 goals as it in the Premier League match is crazy. Cole Palmer, that free kick was amazing. And Palmer, man, I mean, I actually want to ask you guys this question. Actually, this is actually a good time to do a poll. Is Palmer the best player in the EPL? I actually want to ask you guys this question. Is Cole Palmer the best player in the EPL? Is Cole Palmer the best player? Because there's an argument that could be made that he is the best player. So, because the guy's just been amazing, man. He is Chelsea's best player, without a doubt. Without Cole Palmer, guys, Chelsea would be in a relegation. They would be battling mid-table. And guys, and also, I also feel like this is one of the biggest mistakes Guardiola's ever made in his career, letting go of a player. Because for me, I think Pep's biggest mistake is getting rid of Eto. Still think that's his biggest mistake. But Palmer, you can maybe argue is the second biggest mistake. You can maybe argue Palmer's the second biggest mistake because that's crazy, man. He let him go. And as for Brighton, man, they were playing their high line very bad. I mean, Webster and Verbergen made some errors. Um, and yeah, I mean, Palmer is just insane, man. And so I feel like for Brighton, as I said, man, just awful defensively. And for Pep Guardiola, man, is he gonna regret Cole Palmer? Because certainly, sure he is gonna regret. And yeah, so I want to know what you guys think, man. Do you guys think Pep Guardiola is gonna regret letting Palmer go, or do you think that he won't regret? Anyways, moving to the next game we got here is Everton 2, Crystal Palace 1. Shout out to Everton for getting the win. They finally can get it a needed win. They haven't won a game. I believe it's the first win ever in the Premier League, which is crazy. Oh, I need to look at the La Liga table. We'll look at that as well. Then obviously Fulham got that away win in Nottingham Forest. Shout out to them. Wolves 1, Liverpool 2. Salah scored the penalty there, and that's pretty much it. Konate scored, and yeah, Liverpool got the win as you expect. Ipswich 2, Aston Villa 2. Dillup got a brace. Rogers and Watkins scored. And yeah, it was a good game, I suppose. You know, and it's a good point for Ipswich Town, I would say, at home. And then finally, the final game we got here, guys. Well, actually, we have another game, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. So, Manchester United 0, Tottenham 3. I mean, what is there to say with Manchester United? What is there to say with Manchester United? There is not much to say about this club. This club is a joke club right now, and so I just think it's just a disgrace what Manchester United did on the day. And the thing is, like, I don't know what's wrong with this United team because people are saying that it's obviously to Eric Ten Hag's at fault. Obviously, he is at fault for some of the stuff, but I feel like the players have just been underwhelming. I'm sorry, like Bruno Fernandes in particular has really not having a good season, guys. Bruno's not been great. Rashford's been so awful. I'm sorry. United needs to get rid of a lot of these dead weight players. Like Rashford has to go, in my opinion. Um, Obviously, I would say Ericsson probably has to go. Casemiro probably should be sold. Lindelof probably should be sold. Anthony. Uh, so yeah, I mean, it's just a mess with United, at the moment. And I think now the question isn't whether Ten Hag will get sacked or not. It's a matter of when rather than if, because you can't be losing 3-0 to Spurs at home. I'm sorry, this is Spurs we're talking about, and this is at your crib as well. United are supposed to be good at here, and the fact is, people are going to say that they lost this game because of red card. I'm sorry, even before the red card was given, United looked so bad and that Spurs looked amazing. So you can't even use the red card as a good excuse. So the red card isn't even a good excuse in my opinion. So yeah, I just think it's very interesting. By the way, so I just think it's very interesting to see um what happens. And for Manchester United, man, there's just so many issues with the club. There's just so many issues with the club. Um, the fans are a mess. The players, everything, and Ten Hag, man, he probably has to get sacked soon. Um, But yeah, I think like I said, man, shout out to Tottenham. I thought they were great. I thought Brennan Johnson was amazing on the day. Solanke got the goal. Kulusevski got a good goal there. And yeah, man, it's Tottenham, man. As I said, man, give Andrew Postecoglou some credit here, man. Um, and for United, as I said, man, I mean, I don't know what to say. And to be fair, maybe that red card was a bit harsh. It was a bit of a harsh red card. But at the end of the day, you cannot be making a challenge like that. So, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens to Manchester United, man. See what happens to them, man, and everything. So, I'm just worried for Manchester United because their next couple of games, guys, they have Porto away and Villa away. Um, and Bruno's going to be out for 3 games. So Manchester United, man, I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens to Manchester United because obviously they just been chaotic mess. They're just shambles at the moment. And I think the only player that can have his held high after this game is Mazraoui. Actually, Mazraoui wasn't really that great today. Garnacho, I thought Garnacho was great. I thought Garnacho was good. Xerxes was decent, to be fair. I think Xerxes isn't as bad as people make him out to be, but the guy is just not good as a clinic. He's not a clinical striker. That's the thing. The guy is just not good with goal scoring. But I think the guy's a good creative player. I feel like Garnacho. I feel like Garnacho is the best. Like Garnacho actually looked decent on the day. Mine was obviously decent as well. Obviously, he came out halftime because of injury. Um, I thought Lissandra was decent on the day. Delof was not that great. Onana wasn't that great. I mean, I think the only players I think actually were decent were probably Garnacho. Honestly, there wasn't really many United players that stood out to me. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens indeed to United. So yeah, I mean, looking at the table right here, guys, because the top four guys. I mean, looking at the table right here, guys. Liverpool is first. They're top of the table. Man City is second. Arsenal third. Chelsea fourth. I think, honestly, guys, I think the top four is going to stay as it is. I feel like the top four will stay as it is. And then that fifth, sixth, and seventh spot is going to be very tricky because that is very open. Because obviously, I'm going to be dropping my recap video of the month of September, but I'm probably going to wait until next week, because I want to see the next week games because I want to do it before the international break begins. But I will be dropping the video probably next week. I'm just looking at the table right here, Manchester United. It's looking really rough for them. It's looking rough. -3 goal difference, 7 points. And guys, you know what's crazy? United have only scored 1 goal at home this season in the Premier League. That's actually crazy. That's really crazy, guys. So I like that. That's crazy, man. Only 1 goal scored at Old Trafford is really bad. Is really bad. So for Manchester United, man, there's a lot of issues with this club. It's a mess right now, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens. How Manchester United will fare from this point on. Are they going to improve, or are they going to be in this somewhat underwhelming position? And then we got Bournemouth, Southampton tomorrow. I mean, Bournemouth probably should win. You would expect them to win at home, but we'll see if Bournemouth do. So Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. Indeed. And that Porto Man United game is gonna be interesting. And then look at the relegation: Southampton, Wolves, Palace. Palace and relegation is crazy. Palace and relegation is crazy. Everton is still above relegation, which is interesting. Southampton, I think Southampton's doomed. And Wolves, I think they'll survive, even though Wolves have not been good so far. -10 goal difference. It's gonna be interesting, indeed. So I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. Then it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. Let's go read some of your guys' comments, guys. Let's all make fun of Manchester United. Low. Bruno Fernandes sold United. The Man United match today. As funny as the Man United match was, it completely ruined my day. Can't watch about how's the day. Our Real bottling stoppage time of the United losing 3-0 Spursy. As a Barca Liverpool fan, I think that okay, I already read that Barca part through the night when I saw the score. Liverpool game, I was happy but slightly sad we didn't win by more. I don't even know what to say about United, man. Scratching my head. Um, Oil Derby. I gotta head out. When you're done with EPL, I'll go. All right. We go to Steve Cole Palmer, Baller Palmer. I would say Holland is better just to name one example. Yeah, that's probably fair. I think Cole Palmer is like one of the best players in EPL. Maybe not outright the best, but he's definitely second. Definitely second or third. I think he's probably, I think I'll say he's the second best player. And guys, I'm actually thinking, is he the best English player in the world? Because I'm thinking that he might be. Because there's a certain English player we'll get on to in a bit later. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. If anything, Pep actually helped his career, you could actually make an argument. Like if Pep didn't sell what is it called? Cole Palmer, we wouldn't see the best of Cole Palmer because obviously Cole Palmer would just have been a squad player at Man City, and we wouldn't see the best of him. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. But yeah, you can make an argument, but I still feel like Pep. I still feel like Cole. I still feel like he should not let Cole Palmer leave though. But I understand what you're saying from that point of view because obviously he wanted game time, and that's the reason why he left Man City, of course. But yeah, you can make argument, I suppose, like that. But he's just too good of a player to leave. Hello, have you talked about Bundesliga? We haven't yet. We're going to talk about that in the next segment. Southgate's getting hated on, yet nobody's saying anything about Guardiola selling him. Yeah, like Guardiola shouldn't have sold Palmer, in my opinion. So now got to go. Tottenham was still going to win, red card or not, but not 3-0, I think. Yeah, red card. Even without the red card, I think Tottenham still would have won. Man United's performance and heads dropping off the first goal. Maybe he'll get sacked on Thursday after the upcoming loss against Porto. They'll draw Porto probably. Well, remember, Pookie, it's away in Portugal, so we'll see, man. We'll see. And honestly, I'm not sure, man. I don't know what to expect. Garnacho's the only one who should be a guaranteed spot next weekend. Oh yeah, absolutely. I think Garnacho's the only one that should start. Garnacho's the only one that's guaranteed. Everyone else. Oh, actually, to be fair, Onana's probably guaranteed too, Matt. But I see what you mean. Or lose. Yeah, I don't know. Porto lost the first game, so they may want some points. That shows how damn bad United are because Garnacho wasn't really that good, really. I know he wasn't that great either, Pookie, but he was the only one that gave it his all. Like he was the only one that was trying. He gave it his all. There wasn't any other United player that was giving their all. Like he was the only one that gave it his entire bits and pieces. So like there wasn't any other United players that gave it their all, in my opinion, besides him. So yeah. Porto got a 4-0 win today. Say what you want about the opposition, but that's a good win and better than nothing. The EPL is for pool. Okay, so Emily Sky thinks that Liverpool can win the Premier League. Okay, that's fair. I respect it. Liverpool can. I mean, they are top of the league right now, but um, we'll see, man. We'll see. I still personally believe it's still Arsenal, Man City. I don't think Liverpool is a contention, but Liverpool will definitely be third place. They're gonna finish third. Like they're not finished below third. But yeah, we'll see. Man United couldn't score against a team who started in midfield three of AM, box to box player, and a DM position, a wide player. All right, I don't agree. All right, peace out, guys. All right, see you, man. See you, Pookie. Pep wanted to use Cole Palmer for the future. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like Matt said, I'm saying that that's why I'm thinking that maybe Pep is gonna regret letting Palmer go because I think Pep knows how good Palmer is. Because Palmer was good for Man City. He came off the bench and was decisive in particular some games. Palmer actually had the talent of Man City. It's just that we didn't really see him much because of how good Man City's squad is. But at the same time, though, you can make an argument that if Palmer didn't leave Man City, we wouldn't know the best version of Palmer. Palmer would still be rotting on the bench. So you can make argument from both perspectives. Like you can make argument that maybe his career could have been better, but his career could have been worse at the same time. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens indeed. But anyways, let's move on. Let's move on for the Premier League. I want to show you guys the La Liga table real quick since we didn't talk about La Liga table real quickly. I'm going to show you guys that right now real quickly. And then we're going to move over to the Bundesliga, guys. So as you can see, Barcelona is still first. Real Madrid is second. Atletico Madrid is third. Athletic Club is fourth. So I think the top four is starting to take shape. I think that will be the top four then in the season. Fifth, Mallorca. I don't think Mallorca will finish fifth, but they might finish seventh. Villarreal has been good. I agree. I think Villarreal will make push. Osasuna, Real Betis, Rayo Vallecano, Celta Vigo, Deportivo Alaves, Girona, Sevilla, um, Real Sociedad, Getafe, Leganes, Espanyol, Valencia, Real Valladolid, and Las Palmas, man. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, man. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens indeed. But anyways, I think we're going to move on from this league, guys. I think we're going to move on over. I just want to show you guys the league table real quick. Now we're going to be looking over the Bundesliga. Bundesliga, guys. Oh, shoot, I just saw that. Bundesliga. Bundesliga. Okay, so looking at the Bundesliga right here, guys. Dortmund got a big win against Bochum. I mean, Dortmund almost bottled the game against Bochum. Guys, Dortmund were 2-0 down to Bochum. That's crazy. They had to do a comeback to make it 4-2. But yeah, very disappointing on Bochum to screw up the lead. And yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what Dortmund can do, man. Because like I said, guys, I still don't think Dortmund is that amazing. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. So yeah. And then Gladbach got the win against Union Berlin, as expected. Freiburg, St. Pauli. St. Pauli actually won 3-0 away. Freiburg's actually pretty insane. I didn't expect that. And then Heidenheim won 2-0 away against Mainz. That's actually kind of a little surprising. And then Leipzig beat Augsburg 4-0. And Wolfsburg Stuttgart. Now, this was a close game, guys. This was a very interesting game. Obviously, Wolfsburg got the early lead there. Jonas Quinn got the goal. Then Miller got the equalizer. Wolfsburg got made as 2-1. And the Undorf scored a last-minute goal. And you know what's crazy? Stuttgart did this even down a man as well. Is actually pretty impressive. So you have to give them that credit. And yeah, shout out to Stuttgart for managing to get a draw on the road down to 10 men. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens indeed. And then obviously the Bayern Munich Bayer Leverkusen game. This game, guys, was very underwhelming. There's not really much to say about this game. I thought Bayern Munich probably maybe could have won this game because I do think Bayern were the superior team. But as good as Bayern were, guys, they only had 3 shots on target. Like they only had 3 shots on target. It's crazy. 18 shots, 3 on target. Whereas for Bayer Leverkusen, they only had 3 shots, 2 on target. Now, Bayer Leverkusen goal was an amazing goal. That was a great individual effort from Andrich. Great goal there. And then Pavlovic scored a banger as well. First half was great. Well, both shots on target came from the screamers, and then the second half was pathetic, man. I mean, Leverkusen did get that attempt there in the second half, but besides that, man, the Leverkusen didn't really do much. It was all Bayern in the second half, but they just couldn't finish, and that's how it ended, man. And Harry Kane, man, got injured, man, and obviously it's a big blow because he's obviously one of Bayern's best players. And there's a certain campfire going around, guys. There's a certain narratives going around. Does Kane not perform in big games? Because this is actually kind of because I've been hearing people say this. So I want to know what you guys think, guys. Should we be harsh on Kane for today, or do you think it's just one game? We should just give him a pass. I still feel like Kane is a great player. I still feel like Kane. I still feel like people are disrespectful on Kane, and I still feel like Kane is one of the best strikers in the world. I still think he is an incredible striker. But I kind of do agree with some people though that he doesn't. He's not as good in big games as he is in the other games. Like I think in big games in particular, he's not as good as you would hope, especially. And so I just think that for me at Bayern Munich, for Harry Kane, man, since you're probably like the out and out striker for Bayern, I think there's higher expectations, you know? So, and for Kane, as I said, man, he needs to win a trophy this season. He needs to win a trophy this season, either the league or the cup or the Champions League, something at this rate. And if Kane doesn't win a trophy this season, that will be bad. So, I mean, this is Bayern Munich, man, one of the biggest clubs in the world. So, if you go trophyless again with Bayern 2 seasons in a row, that's going to be we're going to have very scary combos. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens indeed. So, I mean, let me know what you guys think, man. Let me know what you guys think. And then obviously we got Holstein Kiel 2, Frankfurt 4. Good win for Frankfurt on the road against Holstein Kiel. Big, massive win. And yeah, Holstein Kiel defensively were just abysmal, as expected. And then Hoffenheim 3, Werder Bremen 4. Hoffenheim, man, you guys are absolute bottlers. You go 3-0 up, you get a red card, and you can't see out the game. And I'm sorry, this is disgraceful. You concede 4 goals, and you allow a guy named Stage to score a hat trick? I mean, this is unheard of. I don't know what to say with Hoffenheim. Sure, I know you guys went down a man and everything. Obviously, it cost you guys, but you're still at home. You shouldn't be losing this badly. And yeah, it's just a disgrace. Hoffenheim, absolute disgrace. Shameful. And yeah, it's just a shame to see what this football team is like. So, yeah. Looking at the table right here, guys. We got here Bayern Munich, that's first in the league. Frankfurt second, Leipzig third, Leverkusen fourth, and Dortmund fifth. So, could Frankfurt actually get top 4 this season? That would actually be impressive. Heidenheim 6 is actually great. Freiburg 7th, Stuttgart 8th, 9th, Union Berlin. Union Berlin's been good so far. Werder Bremen, Gladbach, Mainz, Wolfsburg, St. Pauli, Augsburg 8th. Hoffenheim is in the relegation. Hoffenheim is actually in the relegation. It's quite insane. Guys, Hoffenheim can't get relegated. It would be disgraceful to get relegated. It would be absolute disgrace if they get relegated. So we'll see if Hoffenheim do. I feel like they will stay up. I don't think they will get down, but if they do go down, that'll be bad. That would be awful if they do go down. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, so I mean, so I want to know what you guys think, man. I want to know what you guys think. Calcio better be next. Well done, say Paulie. All right, peace. We'll go by Pavlovich. Bayern Munich were better, but the attack was lacking. Yeah, that's the thing with Bayern is that you have to give credit to Leverkusen though. Leverkusen were amazing defensively. I thought Leverkusen defensively were very good. It's just that Leverkusen didn't really offer much offensively, whereas Bayern put everything they could. They just couldn't score. So yeah, I think a draw is probably a fair result. I think both teams did enough. Like I think Leverkusen were better defensively, and Bayern Munich. Yeah, I think a draw is probably a fair result. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Indeed. But I want to. So I want to know what you think. I want to know what you think, Matt. Should Kane be criticized, or are we being harsh? Because I feel like I understand the criticism for Kane, but at the same time, I also feel like it's a bit unfair. You know, because Kane is Bayern's best player in games, like against Leverkusen. Because let's be real, guys, it's really between Bayern Munich and Bayern Leverkusen for this title race. It's really between these two teams. I don't want to hear anyone say Dortmund. I don't want to hear anyone say Frankfurt. I don't want to hear anyone say Leipzig. It's really between these two teams. And if you're not delivering those massive games, that's a problem. You can score all these goals you want, but if you don't score in those massive games against your title rivals, it looks bad. It looks bad. It looks bad in those big games. So I understand what people are saying, but at the same time, though, Kane just scores so many goals that it's a bit of a tricky. So I want to know what you think. So Matt's man, my fellow Englishman, man, as a fellow Englishman, man, I want to know what you think. Should we criticize Kane, or you think it's okay? I want to hear what you think, and then we'll get to the next league. We'll get to the next league afterwards. So yeah. All right, let's move to Serie A, guys. Serie A. There's not really a whole lot of talking points from the Serie A this weekend. Obviously, Napoli is now first. The table is interesting. Milan obviously won 3-0 against Lecce. Good for Milan. They finally get another win. Back-to-back wins. This is huge for them. I still don't really know if I trust Milan because I still feel like Milan aren't. I still don't think Milan is good enough to win the title, but they could definitely get top four. I think top four is very much doable for them, but we'll see if they could get. Um, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Indeed. So yeah, yeah. Udinese 2, Inter 3, big win for Inter on the road. They needed to get this win. And this was a bit of a hard fought win because Inter got the early goal there. Then Udinese obviously equalized, and Lautaro scored a brace. And then Udinese scored the goal right there, the 83rd minute, and almost made a comeback. Uh, so, yeah, they weren't unable to do the comeback, unfortunately. So for Inter, man, it's a critical win on the road. They needed this win after obviously dropping points in the derby. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they can do next afterwards. Then we got Genoa 0, Juventus 3. Juventus finally wins the game. They needed to get this win. Juventus have been underwhelming the last couple of games in terms of goal scoring, and they finally got the win. Vlahovic scored a brace. Conceição got the goal the 89th minute. And yeah, Genoa were pretty abysmal. They were awful, honestly. Genoa didn't really do much. And yeah, Juventus were clinical on the day and got the win as they were expected to. That Bologna won, Atalanta won. Bologna got the early goal. The Castro with the 46th minute. Seme got a red card. And the Atalanta equalized right at the end, the 90th minute. And it's heartbreak for Bologna, man. It's heartbreak for Bologna because they were uh, great until the red card. And yeah, man. So shout out to Atalanta for getting that massive point on the road. Indeed. Then we got Torino 2, Lazio 3. Critical win for Lazio on the road. This is against the league leaders, and the fact they managed to do this is incredible. I know Torino is a team they should be beating, but still, Lazio is a team that is very weird. Lazio is a team that doesn't really do well on the road, and Torino got it. Lazio got the 2 goals, and then obviously Torino made it They got made it 2-1, and then obviously they got made it 3-1, and then obviously Torino got a last minute goal, but it wasn't to be. It wasn't enough time to make the comeback. And yeah, so shout out to Lazio for getting the win. I still think Lazio are shaky defensively. I don't think Lazio are great defensively whatsoever. And yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Then Como 3, Hellas Verona 2. Como followed up with a big win after they beat Atalanta midweek. Oh yeah, I think they beat Atalanta midweek, guys. I think we had some midweek games. Did we have some? I think we had some midweek games in Serie A. Let me just double check. Yeah, we had some midweek games. We had some midweek games. Atalanta, Como actually beat Atalanta on the road 3-2. So Como actually got back-to-back wins. Is actually pretty impressive. And so yeah, shout out to them. And the Roma finally wins against Venezia. That should be expected. Empoli 0, Fiorentina 0. Really bad result for Fiorentina. They should be winning. Napoli 2, Monza 0. Guys, is Napoli really back? Or we need to see more games? And then Parma Cagliari will obviously tomorrow. What happens for that game? So looking at the table right here, guys, we have a very interesting top four. We got Napoli, Juventus, Milan, Inter, Torino. So I think the top four will probably finish in that order. It's just a matter of the placement of the teams. Like I personally feel like I feel like Inter will still win. I think Juventus will probably be second, and I think Milan, maybe Napoli might actually finish third, and then Milan might finish fourth. The fifth and sixth is going to be interesting, and then look at relegation at Venezia, Monza, Cagliari, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, I think the relegation is gonna be interesting. So let me know what you guys think of the Serie A, man. We got no comments about the Serie A, so I guess we'll move it over to the last league we got here for today, guys. This is the last league we'll discuss. It is Ligue 1. Ligue 1, guys. Ligue 1. Ligue 1. So looking at the matches right here, guys. Ligue 1, man. So we got Lons nil, Nice nil. Not really a good result for Lons, but it is what it is. And then obviously, oh wait, I need to go by round. Sorry, because we got to talk about yeah. Then Auxerre got the win against Stade Brest, which is kind of a little bit surprising. But maybe Brest were rotating players for the Champions League match, so a little surprising, but not that surprising, I wouldn't say, because Auxerre were at home. PSG 2, Rennes, the PSG 3, Rennes 1 as expected. Lens nil, Nice nil, Le Havre nil, Lille 3, Monaco 2, Montpellier 1. Toulouse, Lyon actually managed to get an away win, which is great. Angers and Reims, the Nantes, Saint Etienne, and then Strasbourg actually defeated Marseille, which is actually interesting. So Marseille have finally lost a game, guys. So I'm interested to see how this Ligue 1 table fares because we could actually have a genuine title race in Ligue 1, guys. We could have a genuine title race. Obviously, PSG should still win the league. Because for me, guys, I don't know if you guys agree with me. I believe it's going to be PSG, Monaco, and Marseille. I believe this is the title race. It's going to be between these three teams. I don't think any of the other teams will compete. So, do you guys agree with me that this league we're going to have three teams compete, or PSG should still win the league? I still think PSG will win the league. I still believe they will, but I don't think this league will be as straightforward as previous editions. I think Monaco, Marseille, especially Marseille, man, with how they've been so far, Zerbi, they're looking a lot better than they have in previous seasons, and Monaco as well, undefeated as well. So PSG and Monaco are the only undefeated clubs right now in France. Oh, sorry, Lens are undefeated as well, to be fair. But yeah, I mean, looking at the table right here, guys, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Said Etienne and the relegations are so bad. Montpellier, Angers. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Napoli are on the way back. Yeah, I still don't know. I mean, let me know in the chat, guys. Do you guys think Napoli could actually put a title charge, or you still think? Because I still don't really know how I feel about Napoli because I still feel like there's a Conte implosion that's coming. We know Conte is the type of manager that implodes, and so I could see a situation where Napoli do get Napoli do underperform. So actually, you know what? This is actually a good question, guys. So I want to know. Let me just answer the chat because we don't have a lot of people here in the stream. Can Napoli actually mount a title challenge? Because they are top of the Serie A right now. So let me know what you guys think. And also, I want to know what you guys think on these two leagues. Can Monaco and Marseille compete for the title? So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And dude, since we're actually good on time, guys, we can look at other leagues real quickly. We'll look at the Liga Portugal and like the other leagues. So we'll look at the Turkish league, Portugal Liga. Um, Maybe the Eredivisie. We'll look at those three leagues, and I guess we can wrap it up. So I'll do another. I'll do my final timestamp, and we'll do this one, and we'll do it up until we'll do the final timestamp. So we'll say other leagues. So yeah, guys, answer that question for me in the chat. Can Napoli actually make a title charge, and can Monaco and Marseille compete for the title? So answer that for me in the chat, guys. Answer for me in the chat. So if I had to answer the questions, I don't think Napoli will make a title challenge. I still think it's Inter or Juve, but I do think Napoli will be a strong third place. I do think they'll do well, and I think they'll get top four. I think a title challenge might be a bridge too far. Then Monaco, Marseille, I think these two can definitely do it. I think these two have the squads to do it. I think they have the personnel, they have the players, and I think they can do it. So I think they can. I still ultimately think PSG will win the title, but it's gonna be interesting. All right, let's go look at the some of the other leagues, guys. Eredivisie, man, Eredivisie. So this is the standings for the Eredivisie. As you can see right here, guys, PSV is still first. Altrincham is second. Is Alkmaar third, 24th. Ajax fifth. Man, Ajax not good. Feyenoord sixth. Dang, Feyenoord is really down bad. Wow, seventh, and yeah, very interesting there. And then we'll look at the Portuguese league. We're not going to look at all the leagues, guys, because we don't have that time. But I just want to show you guys real quickly. I just want to look at these leagues real quick. So now Adam answered this question, man. So I don't know what you're saying. Sporting, Porto, so Sporting undefeated. Porto, Benfica. Okay, we have an interesting title race in Portugal. Santa Clara, Braga, Victoria. As expected, it's just kind of standard, I would suppose. And then we're going to look at the Turkish league. What's going on there? Um, Galatasaray first, Fenerbahce second, Semaspor. Wow, Semaspor in third, Besiktas fourth, Başakşehir fifth. Dang, Trabzonspor is down bad. Wow, interesting, man. Semaspor is third. That's going to be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, I think we're going to wrap it up here, guys. So let me see how many people we still have watching. Um, and yeah, so dang, I should have. Let's see. Let me read some of you guys' final comments. Yes, not putting the McTominay being loved by the fans. Stad Brest got squeezed by 3 years. PSG are one of the most exciting midfielders in attacking Europe. They will win the UCL within years. Cole Palmer. A bit of Kane criticism, but more that the service was there. Napoli are on the way back. 3 years. I guess we'll see, Adam. We'll see. Yes, not in the top race unless things change. Monaco fall off. Nobody cares about the second question. Feyenoord needs to improve. Porto struggled in that attack for the first half, but um, we're in top gear for the second half. That's good to hear, man. Good to hear. Anyways, I think we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. Please remember to like and subscribe. Let's see how many likes we're on for today's stream. Obviously, unfortunately, Tenant Item was not able to join. I'll probably have to do these streams by myself from this point on. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But anyways, I put timestamps in the description below for you guys if you guys want to look around, scroll through the different things. Obviously, La Liga was pretty much the main talking point with the Madrid derby, Barca losing. We touched upon the EPL a good bit. The Serie Bundesliga we touched upon, the Serie A, the rest we kind of just like scrolled through. So, of course, guys, just to give you guys a heads up with the video schedule, I'll be dropping my Champions League predictions tomorrow, my Match Day 2 predictions. I will be doing a YouTube video for that. So that'll be coming out tomorrow for you guys. And then I believe and then I think next week I'll drop my what is it called? My recap of the September month. I'm gonna wait for these next weekend games because international break is coming up. So I want to do it just before international break hits. So I'll probably drop it next Monday for you guys. So I hope you guys did enjoy. Please remember to like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys later, man. Peace out.